For most Americans, this year's tax deadline is 3 days later, Monday, April 18th. The IRS estimates more than half of us haven't even filed yet, and nearly 70% worry about preparing their taxes. The top concern is making a mistake. You want to get it right. In this morning's Eye on Money, CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger shows us how to prepare for the tax season. Jill, good morning.
Good morning.
So it's a little over a month away. It's overwhelming and scary to a lot of people. So how do you even begin to get organized if you haven't started?
Just grab all those documents that have been coming in and throw it in a file, because you're probably not going to get started until you get to that point.
Right.
I also suggest get last year's tax return out. It's a really good guide as to what you were doing last year. It might flag some differences for this year. Credit card statements are also really good. You might have some job search costs, some contributions. So make sure you have that. And when you get it all together, pull that information and create time so you can gather it and organize it. You'll need that whether you hire a CPA or a tax preparer or you're going to do it yourself.
A majority of Americans use a tax preparer. Should we hire one or do it on our own?
Well, I mean, look, it kind of depends on, number one, how lazy you are. I'm in the lazy camp. Number two, how complicated your return is. Because if you're an employee and it's pretty simple and maybe you can do it yourself, there's great tax filing software. That's fine. But maybe there are some big complications. Maybe you're self-employed. You want someone who help you with a retirement plan. Maybe you got to file some 1099s for other people. You may want to actually hire somebody.
Wouldn't a tax preparer make the argument, I'm the expert, I've spent my life doing this, I went to school to do it, I can help you get returns, deductions that you wouldn't know about?
Absolutely. I will say, though, tax software has gotten pretty darn good. So there may be some great ways to do that. I should also note, there are some free resources that are so important out there, and people don't use them. First of all, the IRS has free file software. It is great if you have less than $62,000, you get that. There's also a program called VITA, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance. There's also assistance for older people. It's through AARP. These are such amazing resources. They're staffed by volunteers. People are not using them. Go to irs.gov to find one near you.
Well, you itemize all your deductions?
Pardon?
You itemize deductions?
Well, you have to figure out whether you've got more deductions than the standardized deductions, right? And then you've got to see, okay, does it make sense for me to do that? But again, going through and filing electronically will help prompt you. And I should note, filing an e-file tax return cuts the error rate down to less than 1%. Paper returns, 20% errors. So for all those folks who said, I'm scared of making a mistake, there's a place to help yourself.
Yeah. Will most people get a refund?
A lot of people are going to get refunds. It's probably going to be about $3,000 on average. One thing, if you get a refund, don't forget, I know you love it in the moment. It is an interest-free loan that you've made to Uncle Sam. You may want to adjust your withholding. Another great idea if you got a refund, bump up your retirement contribution in the year ahead. That way you're saving more for retirement. And guess what? You're going to save more in taxes next year.
And quickly, audits are down how much?
Audits are down tremendously. We're at 11-year lows. You have a less than 1% chance of getting audited unless you make more than $1 million, and then you may get audited.
All right.
Like Mr. Trump.
Jill Schlesinger, thank you so much.
Take care.